welcome to your reading. If you chose pile 1 and the badger, this is going to be your reading all about what you need to hear. Clearly, I am giddy to be here. There he is. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to see what you need to hear today about, I don't know, what's happening in your life. I'm leaving it pretty open. I got this new deck a little while ago and I thought I'd use it. So right away on the bottom, we have beloved 24. So 24 could be relevant. It is 24 reduces to 6, which is lover's energy, as we can clearly see here. The date or the number 24 could also be relevant. But yeah, let's see what you need to hear. So we're going to shuffle. It's interesting. We have recovery, moving on, finding peace, flow, which kind of gives me world card vibes. And then we have beloved. So I feel like that's very telling. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sending you love. You're all so sweet. I'm such a creeper in my comments. I read them all. Oh, we have rider movement. Interesting, because the card we just had was 21, recovery. And then we have 12, rider, and we have movement. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Fascinating. Refreshing. But it's not refreshing, is it? It's just interesting. Aww. It's just interesting. Oh my goodness. Some of the cards I'm seeing. Pile 1. What is going on? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. So we had beloved on the bottom of the deck. Then we saw moving on and kind of, it was world vibes, but in a way it also gave me Empress vibes. And then we had 12, which was movement. And now we have surrender. Pile 1, this is very interesting energy. I am feeling, with this letting go, trust, and expansion, I feel like, you know, I feel Empress energy. I feel Hanged Man energy. There is this feeling where you've just maybe surrendered to the divine. The fact that we have 2 roses here makes me think that, yes, this is about love, and perhaps it's about a connection where you're both, you could be, you know, at the point where you're kind of releasing control, letting go of control, and kind of leaving it up to the divine. And it's very interesting because with the mushrooms on this side growing and the mushrooms on that side growing, I feel like there's a difference in the growth that the 2 of you are making, you and your person. And I feel like you have made more growth, and perhaps that's why you're not seeing eye to eye, or you're not able to connect, because you're not vibrating on the same frequency. It's an actual thing, you guys. So what I see here is I feel like you have probably surrendered to this connection and the outcome. And you could resonate with counterparts, and you could be expanding your own, you know, your own growth. You could be really working on your spirituality, or following your dreams, or cleaning up your life, whatever it is that you're doing. Anyway, wow, that was a lot. Faith, oh my goodness. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing. Before we move on, I feel the need to look at this in the book. We'll see if I read it, but where'd the book go? Oh my goodness, I'm horrible. I put something down and then I can't see it, even if it's in my hand. I told you guys once I was in Florida I had my kid's hand and I was like, where is my son? And the people I was with were like, you're holding his hand. Letting go, trust, expansion. Okay, so I want to say for you, my friend, your affirmation, and affirmations work. So start writing them down and putting them where you'll see them. Mine are by my bed so that I can see. I have a whole wall of them, and I look at them when I'm falling asleep, and I look at them when I'm waking up. I release all energy that is not aligned with my greatest good. I rid myself of any doubts by remembering there is a valid reason for everything that happens. Beautiful. So again, I feel the need to read you this card now. I'm actually going to take this card for your pile because I felt so connected to it. Let's show you the beautiful card. Interesting. You want to hear a neat synchronicity? As soon as I saw this card, I thought, 6. That's the beloved on the bottom of the deck was 24, which equals 6. We talked about that. This is on page 24. I love synchronicities like that. It's 6 and on page 24. Let go of any fears around the vision or how you will achieve the dream. Allow things to flow. Enjoy living more. Find peace, balance, and joy in where you are currently at. Accept where you are and what you have and be happy with it. Make the best of the life you currently have and your current situation. Take breaks, re-energize, enjoy life. Try other things and balance work and ambition with time off. Listen to your heart, follow intuition and divine guidance. Meditate and pick the things that Source leads you to. I'm not actually shaking, I'm just, I don't know. Realize and write down all the choices you have right now. Divine timing is allowing for you to be humble and practice improving your self-worth. Once you feel 100% yourself and the strength of your truth, that is when things will fall into place. Let go of any worries. It will happen when the time is right. Know that it will all work out. The right way will feel easy and will occur almost naturally. You will be excited about the choice to follow that decision. You will feel inspired. It will feel light. You have a foundation and stability within, and therefore can easily let go and surrender material possessions and connections that no longer serve. So this doesn't even have to be about, this could also be you letting go of other people in your life, letting go of friends that you no longer connect with, family that, could be not growing and kind of, it's hard when you're healing and your family isn't. One thing that I've experienced is as I spiritually awaken, and I knew this was going to happen because tarot readers told me it would happen. As I elevate, I no longer relate with the people that I used to relate to because we're in completely different places. So it could be that as well, or perhaps surrendering a job that no longer brings you joy. Take it as it resonates, my friend. All right, let's get another card for you for pile 1, please, Spirit. What card does pile 1 need to see? We have portal, originality, idealism, progression. This is very interesting. Is this another? Oh my goodness. This equals 12. So again, There's very interesting energy happening here. I want to get one more. It's really interesting because we have 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and it's about destiny and karmic cycles. And here we have portal. And we see all these roots. It's very interesting. And we see ancestry. This is very interesting energy. With this roots card, it's interesting that I've heard the message that you may be walking away from family, because with this roots card, we see this person trapped in these roots, like they can't get out. And it's very symbolic of being trapped in, you know, karmic cycles, being trapped in generational trauma, if that makes sense. And perhaps you're needing to let go of certain people in your life, maybe family members that aren't part of your healing journey and are only holding you back and keeping you stuck here in this tree. I also feel I'm getting a very strong message for those of you who are counterparts. I feel like it's very symbolic that if you're wondering why this door is shut to this journey, we have this surrender card here. And I feel like Spirit's saying you both have childhood wounding, or both have, I'm hearing like past lives and generational trauma. Definitely the generational trauma. And that it's actually holding you both back here from being together, from having union. Very interesting energy here. We see that person, they're trapped in those roots. And that's kind of what it feels like when... That's exactly what it feels like when, you know, triggers that you built up over time or even inherited through your ancestors, when they keep coming up and we can't break free of them, it's really hard to come together, like I was saying. Anyway, I'm hearing like counterpart energy, but then I'm hearing somebody who's trying to break generational trauma. I just keep hearing it so that their kids don't have to go through the same thing. It's also about, you know, trauma is also about the way that it causes us to... Where was I going with that? ADHD. Squirrel. The way that we were raised, especially in counterpart connections, we react certain ways and we behave certain ways to keep ourselves safe. And we've learned that, it's ingrained in us. And it's about letting go of that. It's about realizing those cycles in ourselves and healing them. And if you're dealing with a counterpart, that then helps your counterpart energetically do the same. And again, I'm just seeing like two people in trees who want to be together, but they're bound by these roots. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing Why can't I ever remember the name of this song? I'm playing it in my head. Hang on. No, I can't. Sorry, guys. I'm hearing Scotty. I think it's Scotty Hellman. I know I've talked about this song before. Hang on. Ripple Effect. Oh my gosh. Why couldn't I think of that? Now, let me see the lyrics. Thank you. Thank you for being patient. What? Why can't you show me these lyrics? Show them to me. Okay, here we go. That website didn't give me what I wanted, so I just moved on to the next one. That could be relevant. Anyway, sometimes what I mean by that is when we hit a wall because of our own trauma and our own cycles, a lot of the time when we hit that wall with someone without knowing, we just kind of assume, oh, we're not compatible, and we keep going. Like I said, that website didn't work, so I just picked the next one and it worked. But when it's a counterpart, again, I'm not here to debate about counterparts in my comment section. But when it's a counterpart, you have this attachment, you are attached energetically and you're unable to let go. And it pushes you to want to heal those wounds. It pushes you both to heal, generational trauma. I know I keep saying it, ancestral patterns I'm hearing. Anyway, the song that I was hearing is I'm just as mean as my mother, you're just as angry as your dad, the clenched fist of a real long list of the things we never had. This is not really about you, and it's not really about me. We're just drowning in the ripple effect of our parents' history. And that's what it feels like. It feels like this connection where two people want to be together, but they're trapped in the roots here. Anyway, very interesting. I'm hearing lots of messages. It says, this song, so please can we try something new? 'Cause I want to heal all them wounds. It seems like the least I can do for you. Anyway, it's listen, it says not a lot of people make it and they're lucky if they do. It's a shot in the darkness, but I'll take it for you. I mean, if that's not, to me, that's very, I know, I'm rolling my eyes at myself. It's very counterparty, to me, it really is, because it says not a lot of people make it and they're lucky if they do. And it's talking about, drowning in your parents' history. And that's the fact that you can't move forward is because you're both suffering from wounds and trauma. Anyway, clearly I'm into this reading. I'm just seeing if there's any maybe we can make a new memory, one that makes your belly laugh. Don't want to cry for the rest of my life over ancient artifacts. Is there anything else? It says we can dive in the water and we won't forget, but we can play in the waves of the ripple effect. Anyway, it's just, this song, I have goosebumps right now. It's just, anyway, that's what I was hearing, that we're just drowning in our parents' history and you want to be together. It's also interesting here that we have this tree and this door, and it's like neither one of you can walk through that door until you're free of the tree. Anyway, very interesting. I don't know why, but when this card came out, it really made me think of the Hierophant, and I have no idea why, but it's very symbolic of you both needing to heal both of you having lessons and wounds that you need to heal until spiritual ascension and evolvement is there. Anyway, amazing. Okay then. Wow. So I do want to get, I am going to get tarot as well. I'm just, yeah. All right. So I want to see from this deck what signs, what you need to hear. We have follow the moon, watch for signs. So Spirit could be sending you signs about this. Again, I'm just going to say it. The one thing I hear the most commonly about twin flames, again, I don't want to debate it. Everyone has their own opinion, and that's fine. I'm not going to go chase after people who don't believe in twin flames and call them out, and I would hope that people wouldn't do that to me. But the thing that I hear most is that I hear people say, like, toxic or twin flames are just an excuse for toxic behavior, and there is no such thing as twin flames. It just condones toxic behavior. And people think what twin flames are is somebody who stays in a toxic relationship and continues to be abused and continues to be mistreated and continues to be ignored. And that's not, I mean, maybe in the past that's what some people did, but now, I mean, from what I know, that's not what it's like. What it's like is the feminine counterpart, doesn't matter the gender, the divine feminine reaches a point where she says, I'm not putting up with that. And she pulls away, and then it causes the other counterpart, because of the specialness of the connection, to start to look at those wounds that they would have never looked at for anybody else. Like I said, this website doesn't work. I'll just go on to the next one. And then they meet their counterpart and they can't just go on to the next one. And the more the feminine does the work, anyway, I'm not here to debate it, but it's not, people think it's toxic, and it's actually, it heals that toxic chain of behavioral patterns in both of our bloodlines or whatever. Anyway, I don't know why I'm ranting again, but whatever. I try not to rant, but this card is just, counterpart connections, if the healing is done, is meant to fix and heal those toxic traits so that they aren't repeated in another generation. And anyway, we're too quick to judge and label. All right. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. Sorry for banging the cards. So what does pile 1 need to hear? It's interesting, that was on the bottom of the deck, and I didn't look at the bottom of the deck, which is abnormal for me, but it came out. So we have accept responsibility. And guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We see this, it says the moon's reflection, and we see mirroring. You know, this is a moon deck, so, but the moon is divine feminine energy. And part of the counterpart journey is for both of you to look at your shadows and heal them, learn how to listen to your intuition. And with this, accept responsibility. It only works if you know, it only works if you are both taking responsibility for your reflections. If you deny looking at your reflection, if you blame the other person fully, it causes separation. It's like that never-ending story scene where he had to come face to face with himself. You actually have to come face to face with yourself. And if you deny your shadows, it causes blockages. It causes periods of no contact. And I feel like sometimes we're so quick to say it's the other person who's not healing, when sometimes it is some of our own shadows. So we do have accept responsibility here. And I also feel with this accept responsibility card that you could be, because I kept seeing Empress energy, I do feel like perhaps you're accepting that this, you know, this is a connection where you're meant to heal together. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's triggering. There's periods of no contact. But you're accepting it now, and you're working on yourself and surrendering and knowing that if you do the work, this person energetically will also do the work. And it does happen. And I've seen you guys tell me in my comments that you've watched your soulmate or twin flame grow and evolve when you never thought they could. It's really slow. Anyway. Interesting. I had no idea what to do a reading about, but Spirit was insisting that I do a reading, and my ego was like, no, you can do it tomorrow. And Spirit was like, no, go do one. And I just kind of left it open, but clearly there's a message here. I want to get one more for you for the other side. Maybe it'll have to do with your person. Interesting. So we have release blocks and shadow work. So I was just saying that when we refuse to do shadow work, it creates blockages. And sometimes we don't even know that we are embodying the shadows. It is about being very self-aware. And, you know, anytime there's a trigger, there's a moment to reflect about why is this triggering me? Like, for example, if somebody, you know, doesn't make time for you, why does that trigger you? And clearly I'm using myself as an example here. Why does it trigger me so much that that person doesn't make time for me? And I start thinking about it, and I start thinking about my childhood, and like, did I feel like my parents made time for me? No, I did not. Did I feel emotionally supported by my family? No, I did not. And then I realize I'm reacting to this person feeling distant or seeming distant and not making time for me because it's triggering my childhood abandonment wounds. And should they probably be putting in more time and being, you know, more emotionally supportive? Sure. But I'm reacting from my own wound. And it's little things like that's what we're supposed to be reflecting about. Anyway, man, I'm ranting today. Oh my goodness. So we have release blocks, and I feel like right now, maybe that's what you're doing, and it is releasing, it's releasing the blockages between the two of you, and it's causing not only you to reflect, but now we have your person in shadow work. It's interesting because I said, oh, maybe that side will be your person. And when I said it, I knew like whatever card comes out is going to be your person. Anyway, so we see this person, you know, accepting responsibility, looking at their own reflection, possibly accepting responsibility as a counterpart and surrendering to the journey. And on this side, we see shadow work. So I do feel like maybe you're at a distance from your person. But right now you're both looking at your own shadows here. It's very beautiful. And we do see it releasing blocks. It's interesting because we can see the moon through these two stones. And I do feel like at one point those stones were kind of blocking the energy. So as you both work on each other, we see these, you know, stones move and the energy able to flow. Anyway, oh my goodness, I had no idea what I was going to talk about, but there you go. On the bottom of the deck, we have transformation. So I had this realization yesterday in a reading about how in Counterpart connections, the death card is actually something very beautiful, because the death card, to me, I noticed, or this is how I'm thinking about it now, the death card represents the ending where, not an actual ending, but where there's a fight, or there's a tower moment, or there's a separation, and we see death, and then oftentimes on the death card, it says rebirth. And I do feel like that death card, even though it feels like an ending because you're not talking to your person, it starts this transformational energy so that there can be a rebirth. Anyway, I know that's probably common knowledge, but to me it was like, wow, light bulb moment. So anyway, my whole point is that when you're in a counterpart connection, I know it's a counterpart connection, I can't help it. When you hit no contact, that's your time to transform. It is. And it's like you can't transform together. Those transformations have to happen in separation. You know, it's like we see this person facing themselves, this person facing themselves, and they're doing it on their own. I didn't even look at this card. And I just want to look at it because anyway, I just want to look at it. With this transformation card, when I saw it, I was looking at this and I thought I should look that up. This is a okay, it's on 96, guys, 96, okay? I know I'm rambling. When I think about, I've always heard that counterpart numbers, 6, 9, very counterparty number, because it's mirrored, because 6 is the energy of the lovers, 9 is the energy of evolution of self, and that's what counterparts are supposed to do. They're supposed to help you be a catalyst in your own journey of growth, and inspire you to be the highest version of yourself. 9 of Pentacles. So 6, 9. Anyway, this is on page 96. So I just think there's so many synchronicities, I can't ignore it. This is a transformative moment in your life when you are about to walk through the door into a new world. You can use this wisdom or experience to your advantage if you create perspective through self-development. And what's interesting is the way that I laid these cards out. This is what's coming. I meant to do 2 card spread. So this is like current. This is what's coming. So anyway, that's very interesting. You can use, sorry, I'm just going to read this part again. You can use this wisdom or experience to your advantage if you create a new perspective through self-development. Go forward, dear one. You are protected by divinity's circle of love. In the direction you flow, there is new earth, or should we say fresh beginnings, to be discovered. This is a natural progression in the right direction. Let go of the negative emotions that no longer serve you. Trust in Spirit's guidance. You'll be safe under their protection. Drop layers of security and embrace vulnerability. You may face adversity as you go against the grain, but your wisdom is grounded and rooted in Earth's nurturing energy, and you will flourish as a result. Release the responsibilities of feeling trodden on as you begin to dig deep beneath the treads that others have imprinted on you. Oh my goodness, that's what I was channeling with that card anyway. That's amazing. Permit the water to wash over you and carry burdens away. There is comfort and solace in solitude as you break loose from the herd. The seeds that have been sown are continuing to grow, and despite the rocky ground, your roots are firm, allowing your aspirations to flourish. You began by learning how to walk, then dug beneath the surface to remove trespassers' imprints. You sowed your seeds and watched them grow and flourish. You are about to be given the opportunity to reap their bounty. Your inner calling is inviting you to reflect on the past and heal from it so that you can embrace this fresh start. Oh my gosh. It's funny because I was getting all that from that card, but then I doubted myself, my ego. It's a never-ending journey, my friends. That ego's never gone. Anyway, so it's transforming right now. And I was telling someone yesterday, when you're in no contact, the best way to look at it is, oh, it's time to work on me now. Like, oh, okay, time to focus on me. How much can I get done before this, Spirit brings us together again, ultimately. Anyway, those are your oracle cards. Very interesting. Oh my gosh, we have 11. And this is hermit energy, contemplation, search for truth, inner guidance. Hermit energy, hanged man energy. Yes, they're hard, but they're rewarding in the end. Anyway, I need a sip of water. So we are going to get you some tarot cards to see what's happening as well, or any advice you need to hear. Right away on the bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. And guys, I can't with this deck. Look. Look at the Judgment card. When I first saw this Judgment card, I was like, that is the most amazing Judgment card I have ever seen. Because it's like all of these animals are judging you, not you. Anyway, it's very interesting. Badger! Badger! These little things make me so happy. Interesting. Okay, so we have Judgment on the bottom, which is, maybe you're both facing your judgment right now. Maybe you're both cleaning up your lives in separation. And we have the white hair, which is the Fool, which is a new beginning. Oh my goodness gracious. Interesting. Little story about this deck. I used to watch pick-a-card readings. Well, I still do. What am I talking about? And every time I saw this deck, I would pick it. And I always wanted it. Anyway, I accidentally found it one day and I was like, yay, that's the deck I always wanted. Interesting. We have Death. Oh my goodness gracious. You know what's strange? Do you know how I was talking about the never-ending story? Look at that. If you guys are familiar with the never-ending story, the nothing. that thing in the cave with the glowing eyes. Anyway, this is the Death card. Very interesting. So you have a lot of transformational energy. Beautiful. The Six of Challenges, which is the Six of Swords. It's very interesting because look at this. We have this wolf here and then we have wolves here trying to get this person. And this is what I mean when those shadows are there. It makes you want to defend yourself in ways that could sometimes, hurt people. Anyway, we see this person up in the tree, you know, looking down at their shadows. The Six of Challenges, which is the Six of Swords, is about moving on. It's about moving into calmer waters, or in this case, higher ground. So anyway, it's really symbolic that this person is up there kind of resting, looking down at their shadows. Anyway, very cool energy, pile one. Ah. The Nothing. That movie is so good. Oh my gosh. This is the Ace of Cups, but look at this image. We have this reflection. We have, I mean, this is amazing. I'm hearing so many things right now. First of all, there's so much about reflection and mirroring in this reading. I can't really deny that it's about counterparts. It's so interesting. Yesterday, I almost bought another swan. I felt called to buy another swan. And something told me not to. It was like, nope, they're not ready to be together yet. It was so bizarre. Anyway, here we see this reflection. And not only is this symbolic of the both of you reflecting each other, being counterparts, soulmates, whatever you believe in, it also shows me for you realizing your own self-worth, you realizing, you know, when you look in your reflection, that you are amazing, that you are beautiful, that you are stable, that you are a good person, that you do shine and you do have a lot to offer. Anyway, very amazing. I'm leaving it open, Spirit. What advice do they need to hear? What advice do they need to hear? So right now we have the Six of Visions, which is the Six of Cups. And this is all about healing trauma and healing ancestral patterns and childhood healing and past lives and soulmates and connections. So right now, I really do feel that the two of you are kind of separated, working on your own growth. And this shows me that this is a soul connection. I think it's interesting, you know, that we have this lantern makes me think of the Hermit. And we see off in the distance here, off in the corner, that door is shut. And here we have this person focused on the book. And this frog is so symbolic of a new beginning after, you know, after growth, after learning about yourself and your own wounds. Like I said, any trigger, any fight is a moment to really reflect and look within at why am I reacting like that? We also have these mushrooms here, very symbolic of what I was saying in the beginning. We do have the Seven of Visions here, which is the Seven of Cups. And to me, this is showing that there is kind of a lot of confusion in this connection right now, because I think maybe your person's energy was elsewhere. I don't mean with other people, though. The Seven of Cups, we see like all of these factors in this cup. And you know, this person thinking about their home, this person thinking about their spiritual growth, this person thinking about where their food's going to come from, this person thinking about their hobbies, this person thinking about this, and not being able to prioritize healing in this connection. And that could be why the two of you, you know, pulled away, so that this could heal. Six of Cups. We have the Four of Cups here. And this shows, to me, this person, it shows lack of hope. So perhaps you have a lack of hope for this connection. Maybe you did have a lack of hope that this person would ever change. That dragonfly just makes me think of change. Anyway, very interesting. So, I was saying with that Six of Pentacles where that person was up in the tree kind of trying to escape their shadows. We do have this Death card, and I feel with the Seven of Spells, I do feel like both of you had shadows that, I don't know why this gives me devil vibes, but it does. But anyway, it's the Death card. I feel like both of you had shadows that caused you to be defensive, that caused you to try and protect yourself. Anyway, very interesting. We see this beautiful dragon here trying to protect itself from those mean little dwarfs. I'm always going to take the animal side, okay? I'm always going to take the animal side. Jaws, don't come for me in the comment section. I was on the shark side. Anyway, that poor little dragon, they're so mean. If it's Seven of Spells, why is there 8 dwarves? Interesting. Why is there 8 dwarves? Why is there 8 dwarves? I feel like there's a message that I'm not hearing right now. Spirit's trying to tell me something. Maybe communication. Because the seven of, like I said, the 7 of Wands, there's 8. There's 8. You can't see this wand. You can't see, oh, there it is. Anyway, I feel like there's communication coming. There's 8 dwarves on there. And we have this Death and Rebirth card. So I do feel like there's communication coming. And now we have the King of Pentacles. So very interesting, because I was saying that I feel like maybe this person was, you know, perhaps focused on a lot of other things. And we see, you know, we see him with his pig right there. This could, I did do a reading the other day with a boar in it, so that could also be relevant. But we see this person who maybe you lost hope about, and maybe that's why you're surrendering. We do see this Death and Rebirth here and the 7 of Spells. So I do believe that their boundaries are coming down. Anyway, very interesting energy. They could have acted like this wounded dragon, perhaps because of their shadows. And I think maybe you did too. I think maybe you both did, because there's a lot about mirroring and reflection here. You know, listen, we have the Forest Lord coming in. This is the King of Pentacles, wanting to offer you something, wanting to ground this, wanting to, you know, put down these roots. And we have the 10 of Cups. No, the 10 of Wands. Oh my goodness. What just happened? I said that was the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups is right there. Oh my goodness gracious. So it does feel to me like this person finally faced those shadows with that 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles can sometimes talk about therapy too. So I do feel like this person finally put down the guard and faced those awful little dwarf monsters. Well, they're trying to hurt that dragon. And, you know, put down the burdens, and is coming in because they know you're their 10 of Cups. Look at the 10 of Cups. It's like a Hierophant and a High Priestess making this magical little High Priestess baby anyway, or a Hierophant baby, or whatever they want to identify as when they're an adult. Or not an adult, when they, whenever they want to identify as whatever they want to identify as. Not an adult. I didn't mean that. All right. What can you tell me, Spirit? What can you tell me about, let's ask about this surrender card. I want to see what Spirit has to say about that surrender card. So we do have the Three of Spells here, which is the Three of Wands. And this says you're surrendering forward movement in this connection right now. I believe because you know that it's not over. Or perhaps you're just tired from this person not doing the work or denying this connection. You're definitely letting go of forward movement. So maybe you've stopped chasing. Three of Wands is all about progression, forward movement. And that's what you're surrendering right now. I don't think you're surrendering your own forward movement, just forward movement in this connection. It's like you don't want to chase it anymore. We do have the Hanged Man here. So it's like you know that this is going to take time. The Hanged Man is all about we sacrifice something in order for growth. So we pull our energy back to reflect in order for growth to happen. There's that dragonfly. See, there is change here. And perhaps you realized, well, this person is never going to change if I don't reflect, if I don't let them, I'm trying to get my words out. Queen of Swords. If I don't stand in my authentic truth and tell them, hey, this isn't okay, then they're never going to reflect on it and heal. Anyway, oh my gosh, we have the Empress. I'm sorry, I can't make that up. The Empress. There she is. And all the animals are flocking to her with their babies. Babies could be relevant. Maybe you work with children. Maybe you take care of other people's children. I don't know. Anyway. And it's like we see this Empress knowing that the only way to have growth here is to kind of sit, not wait, but surrender. Anyway. I want to know what this portal card is about because that portal card talked about new beginnings. So let's see what this portal card is about. Wheel of Fortune. So it's very interesting. Those are magpies. So magpies could be symbolic. With this Wheel of Fortune, it shows that there is something happening here. And I believe what's going to happen is once you're both, I believe you're going to come back into contact because this Wheel of Fortune, all of this energy shows me that you've probably been working on yourself and this person has been working on themselves. We do have the Nine of Boons, which is the Nine of Pentacles. And you know, like I said in my rant, this is meant to help us embody Nine of Pentacles. And oftentimes, if we're not both in Nine of Pentacles energy, it's impossible to kind of vibrate on or meet eye to eye or build a strong foundation because we're coming from different places. And we see, I believe you both embody mushrooms, you both embodying this Nine of Pentacles energy and Spirit saying, okay, time to get back on, guys. Like, oh, mushroom, after there's been growth, spiritual lessons, the key, cycles. Anyway, very interesting. The Enchanter is the Magician. So I believe, you know, both of you working on yourselves and coming back together. It materializing or manifesting in the 3D. So this is weird. I was talking about Neverending Story and how there's that part where he looks at himself in the mirror. Anyway, this is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is about choices. And where's my book? I do feel there was this energy of both of you choosing to look at your own reflection finally. When you are refusing, like I said, when counterparts refuse to look at their reflection, it causes separation. It causes distance between the counterparts. So you both have to be willing to look at your reflection. It's interesting because this card in reverse talks about not knowing what to prioritize. And that's the energy I was getting with that 7 of Visions. And here we see the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like where in the past this person refused, or you refused to look at your shadows, to look at your part in it, I believe that, you know, this came out under, I meant for this to come out under, to correspond with this shadow work card. And the fact that it came out in reverse, this does mean this is someone who couldn't prioritize love, couldn't prioritize family, maybe sometimes couldn't even prioritize work. Although I think for some of you, they did prioritize work over you or over this connection. And that's what they're thinking about right now. That's what this shadow work is. And they're really reflecting about how they, you know, couldn't prioritize this. Perhaps you said, you know, you're not prioritizing this, and they got defensive. Because what if you triggered by saying, I don't feel like you're prioritizing me? Maybe in their childhood, they have a wound having to do with that. Maybe, anyway, I just feel like it triggered a wound in both of you. So yeah, with this in reverse under shadow work, we see this person looking at the fact that they couldn't prioritize this. And we have the 3 of Boons, which is the 3 of Pentacles. And that's telling me that this is happening so that the 2 of you can work together. You know, if you're not both doing the work, it's impossible to come together as a team. It's impossible to make that magic potion. You know, if only one person is working on that potion, I mean, I'm sure she could make the potion all on her own. She looks very magical. But the 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork, collaboration. And if somebody's not looking at their shadows, it could have been you as well, not looking at their reflection, not prioritizing this, then it couldn't flow. It couldn't work. 8 of Swords, like I said, 8 of Swords to me is about, it's about being imprisoned in your head. It's about, to me, it's very symbolic of no contact when we're separated. And anyway, if it wasn't flowing, then the universe probably separated you. All right, so I was trying to match these cards up with this energy. So now I just want to see what advice Spirit has for you about this connection and moving forward. What advice do you have about moving forward? We have the Son of Boons. This is very interesting. We do have the Son of Boons here, and this is the Knight of Pentacles. So this also gives me Knight of Pentacles vibes, because the Knight of Pentacles is usually walking or sitting or on a cliff where they can't go forward. It's almost like they're standing still. And I do feel like your person is, oh no, what am I talking about? That's the 6 of Pentacles. That's the 6 of Pentacles. What am I talking about? Maybe your person is in Knight of Pentacles energy, because the Knight of Pentacles, again, slow moving, putting down roots, coming towards you. But this is 6 of Pentacles. And it really does fit in with that message where if this person wasn't giving you enough, you could have felt very tired. You could have felt like, you know, we see this person covered in bunnies, you know, and are those bunnies, she's giving them warmth. She's probably feeding them. I mean, they're giving her warmth. Those bunnies are so cute, Spirit. I don't want to say anything bad about those bunnies. But the Six of Pentacles is an energy where in the reverse, it's, oh, now I get it. In the reverse, it's not equal give and take. And it's interesting because I was saying, she's, you know, taking care of the bunnies. What are the bunnies doing for her? And Spirit was like, the Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. And like I said, I thought, oh, the bunnies are keeping her warm. You know, she probably feeds them. They keep her warm. And they protect her from whatever bunnies could protect her from. Mosquitoes? I don't know. Anyway, I do feel like this no contact is to protect you because you weren't getting enough energy. And with this Weaver of Boons, we see growth here. I believe this is the Knight of the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles does symbolize growth. So it does, to me, show that this person is growing just like you're growing. And that they're growing so that they can offer you more, so that they can offer you a blanket, you know? We do have the Magician, so things are happening beneath the surface that you can't see right here. The Nine of Spells is about not giving up. Any last words, Spirit? Nope, that's the page. So we do have this, it's interesting because this came out in reverse as well. And I didn't take it in reverse. And I started talking about it like the Knight of Pentacles. And then I started talking about the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So again, it's coming through very clearly here that the universe separated you because you weren't being protected in this connection. You weren't having your pentacles appreciated or your cup filled, I'm hearing. And now we have the Three of Cups. So there is this energy of the fact that this person didn't have enough to give you. And it's not that they didn't want to. I mean, growth-wise, they didn't have enough to give you. I do believe that this person is watching you right now online. Because I do see the the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords underneath. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm just looking one thing up. I thought this was going to be a short reading. I don't think so. Oh, this is right at the back of the book. Oh my goodness. So we do have, in the reverse, the Page of Pentacles is someone who doesn't want to commit, doesn't want to put in the work. And I do feel like you were dealing with someone like that. I do believe this has caused them to go within here. I want to see this person's next actions towards you just because I'm nosy. I'm sorry, I'm nosy. Because we see this new beginning. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Stop it. You guys. I wanted to see their next actions. They put down the burdens. They, you know, I always think of the Ten of Wands as being overwhelmed, of, you know, missing you, of carrying around all these burdens because they can't share them with you. And the 10 of Wands to me represents, you know, we see these people leaving the forest. They're like, oh, okay, we've had enough. Let's go now. And I feel like this person, this is symbolic of this person putting down those wands and coming back towards you. We have the 10 of Cups. Okay, so near future or what's coming next, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is about, it's about divine timing, it's about destiny, it's about cycles. And the reason I'm freaking out is because not only do we have the 10 of Spells and the 10 of Visions, but we have the 10 of Pentacles. So this person is coming in not only, you know, emotionally more stable, but also not financially, but pentacle wise. And again, pentacles don't always mean money. They also mean our stability. Anyway, I can't believe that. I have to look up what 10, 10, 10 means. I don't think any of the other piles are going to be like this. I was really not expecting this, you guys, from this pile or from this reading. Ten, 10, 10. Hang on, I'm looking. I'm reading, hang on. Or I'm not reading, I'm looking it up. Number 10, 10, 10, what it means. The completion of karmic hardships. This is a sign that tells a person that all of their sufferings due to bad or negative karma are over. It is also a sign of renewal of trust, faith, and love of the universe that a person can use for the betterment of their soul. The number also means to harness the complete potential of a soul. So if you have a soul path that you're meant to be on, you might want to find it. It tells, 10, 10, 10 tells the person that the days of fear and guilt are gone. And now the person must take the reins of their life in their hands yet again and make wiser choices. Oh, very interesting. I know there's lots of meanings for numbers, but that's the first one that caught my eye. Angel number 10, 10, 10 is a powerful message from the universe, encouraging you to stay focused on your goals and positive in facing challenges. So, pile 1, I had no idea how that was going to go, but there you go. That's your reading. That's what you needed to hear today. Apparently, my rant. But yes, hopefully this finds you well, and I am sending you lots of love, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!